Friday, ladies. Let me get a 1 if you can hear me. Get a 2 if you can't hear me. But if you can't hear me, you don't know that I need a 2. That part. All right. That's free black woman. That's what's up, V in training. All right. Y'all can hear me. We got, who else we got in here? We got Shirley in the building. Unseely's here. Mistress Rogue is here. We have, of course, V in training because her ass be there immediately. We got us some Egypt in this bitch. One of the most supportive women I know, right? We got all the ladies in this building. Ladies, it's getting ready to be wall-to-wall smoke because there was an interruption on my last get together with you beautiful women. And I need to correct that. I need to get to the bottom line of what that show was about. When we first got on here, it was about, you're not going to get anything at the end of the day, serving and muling for the black community. You're just not going to. There's not one woman that you can name that is living a plush lifestyle because the black community took care of her. Now, I'm not talking about stars and that type of shit that earned that money. I'm talking about mules that hit the pavement, stomped the yard and was acting a fucking fool. They normally die indigent, broke, sick, okay, nursing homes. You even had, what's that motherfucking woman's name? Malcolm ex-wife. Her goddamn grandson burnt the fucking house down, killing her in it. So there's nothing there for you whatsoever. So that was the bottom line of that. And then we got rudely interrupted by motherfuckers that want to talk about their baby son. My son, your son is always your goddamn son. The whole room could be on fire. And she'll go, ma'am, is there somewhere for my son to sit? It's like, bitch, the whole place is burning down. There's nowhere for anybody to sit. Please get the fuck out my face. But my son, though, I think that black women, most of them, not all, have a very, very inappropriate relationship with their sons. There is a mother-son bond, yes, indeed. It's there. But the ones that black women have is inappropriate to where somebody can be talking about a cure for cancer. We talking about a cure for cancer and things to do to survive around this motherfucker. The black woman with the inappropriate relationship with her son, she doesn't want to talk about that. All conversation must cease because everything has to revolve around that little motherfucking nigga or grown nigga or old nigga or whatever. But what you gonna do around these women is talk about their sons. Fuck the murders, fuck the news, fuck climate change, fuck everything. Everything surrounds their fucking son. And I tell you what, that's part of the reason why these niggas are fucked up like this. Okay? Let me share my screen because, darlings, it's more inappropriate than what I thought. And when I just told you that there's no prize at the end of the tunnel for the civil rights people, the merchant and mule people, there is no good like reward at the end of being extra for your punk ass son. None. I'm getting ready to show you some of the worst examples of this shit because you and your son can go away. You and your son go away. I am over your son. I repeat, we don't have to like your sons. I know you're in panic mode, right? Because usually black men have black women to fall they dusty ass on top of. If he fails, he can always just do a free fall, trust fall on top of any black woman that he wants. Might not be the one exactly that he wants, but there will be one there because mammies, you are like that, right? Let's go. Goddamn. Son, my son. Do you ever talk about your daughters? 5 minutes for your daughters? No? Fuck her, huh? Here's a son. Here's one. Somebody loves this guy or loved this guy. His name is Omar. He's 35 years old. After taking care of this son of a bitch, basically all of his life, the grand prize was a slap in the head with an axe. Okay. Then he went and got 2 knives and he wanted to pull her heart out. And he said he thought he was doing the right thing. Now, let me tell you something. You are assisting in the bullshit that goes on in this community, so-called Black community, whatever, because you do not have the expectations of your sons that other women have of their sons. They call their sons bums and all type of derelicts and shit when they don't perform, because there's some non-performers in other races of people. But goddamn it, guess what? Nobody's coddling them. Nobody's fluffing his nuts like his mammy over in the Black community. The shit is disgusting. It's disgusting. They asked Omar, why did he do that? He said he thought he was doing the right thing. I guess he wanted to see what you was loving him with that whole time. Aaliyah, hello.
Hello. Um, well, let me just say, I don't think people should not ask questions that they really don't want answers to. And I
Facts.
feel like this happens a lot. But what people have to understand is like you pretty much just said a few minutes ago, we are under no obligation whatsoever to listen to anyone tell us about their sons, brothers, husbands, cousins, daddies, or uncles. We said fuck each and every last one of them. There are no unicorns. We don't even want to discuss it. This is not new, and neither is this channel at this point. It's not for us to decide what to do with your sons, nor do we care what you do with your sons, nor do we even want to hear what you have to say about it. Because if you cared, or if you did, you wouldn't turn around and proceed to argue back when you get an answer. But we know you wanted to debate because you knew the answer is not something that you would want to hear. But you asked the questions anyway. And I was just telling DZ, I think it was done on purpose with the intent to derail the conversation, because you knew exactly, you're not new to this channel. You knew exactly what was going to be said about that when you brought it up, which is why you brought it up. And that shit was unnecessary. But that was the whole point then again, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Kyra, how you doing?
Good
Maybe.
evening, Daisy. Good evening.
Hey.
Hey, I've realized I'm not sure if I'm really cut out or qualified to be in divested spaces. You see, I have a black dog, and
Cut it out.
I bought. Now, the thing is, I did buy this dog before I was fully divested. She's 6 years old now, but I don't know. Am I? Can I still be divested if I have a black dog?
They ask questions which they already know the answer to. Ladies, if you feel like you can't do you because you have a Black son, more power to you. Go do you in a different way. If you're not willing to go ahead and finish raising your son and then move on, ma'am, you're not gonna fare well in certain circles. Because I guess when the hashtag all goes up, you automatically think it's not your son. Just the same way, right? That you thought when Luther Campbell and Two Live Crew was calling motherfuckers bitches, and you didn't think he was talking to you. You make exceptions in your head for motherfuckers that don't exist, right? Go do you. You got a whole bunch of delusional people out here that, don't believe fat meat is greasy, but they finding out the hard way. They're finding out the hard way. Hey, Shane,
Hey, DZ. Hey, ladies.
how are you?
Hi.
I'm doing pretty good. Now, DZ, I'm just going to have to disagree with you a little bit on these stunts. See, both of my maternal great grandfathers were white. So that would make my great grandparents biracial, and therefore make me about 20% white and maybe about 8% Native American. So therefore I believe that my son is the exception. He's a unicorn.
Okay. Well, we good on that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. She got me over here tearing up.
And
Shane, does your son
also, if
have good
if
hair?
if huh?
Shane,
Does my
does your son have good hair though?
Well, not quite, even though I'm, technically genetically and my lineage is mixed. My son, he's black presenting, but because my lineage is mixed, therefore he might be mixed, even though his father's a full blood African. But my son's the exception.
These bitches think everything that fall out their ass is the exception or something that's going up in their ass. Her nigga ain't like that, and neither is her son. But I enjoy your content. Fuck out of here. I mean, for real, for real. What's on your screen now? That's Mr. Jonathan Pitts. He's 19 years old, right? His mother loved him to death. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us because Jonathan went on ahead and burnt her to a crisp, reported her missing, and they found her in an abandoned apartment. Mommy, mammy, huh? See, you're gonna keep, it's your choice to play with your life with these dating choices and all that shit. And then you got a second person you have to worry about, and it's your son. You bet to let that little nigga grow up and do you. That's all I have to say to you about that shit. Y'all used to say matricide only happened in white communities, but god damn it, there was so many to pick from, and a lot of them were recent. So it's like they're getting more and more angry with you, mommy. They're getting really angry with you. They taking your head off around this bitch, burning you up to a crisp, taking X to your goddamn head, and taking your heart out. But I'm not going to argue with you about your son. Your son is different, and you keep thinking that. You keep doing what you do. Let's go. Who we got next?
DZ, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So, because this was a discussion brought up in Discord.
Mhm.
So you have sex with your white husband. So can you claim whiteness by penetration?
I'm not fucking with you. I am not fucking with you. I don't think that's a possibility. I think we just kind of mix for the moment, and then we go ahead and go back to our respective bodies after that. And then I'm black again. I guess that's how that goes. I don't know. But Daryl with the trout mouth, the sunken eyes. Somebody loved Daryl. Daryl was 39 when he quit loving his mother. And honestly, I don't believe any of these people actually loved their mother to begin with, because I couldn't imagine doing the shit that they are doing to their parent, but whatever. Okay? She was outside of a daycare, his mom, right? And he comes up. This is in Maple, Ohio, by the way. The previous one was from Birmingham, and the first one was in North Carolina. But this one right here is Ohio. I'm trying to make a point here because it's all, no matter where they come from. Okay? So Daryl, at the age of 39, went outside the daycare his mother was outside of and blew her fucking head off. When asked for a reason, once the police finally caught him, he didn't have one. Just your presence is annoying the shit out of them. Do you understand me? Go ahead, Aaliyah.
There isn't much I can say about this. These are their sons. I mean, nobody's off limits, not their mothers, nothing. They claim that they love their mothers so much, but they don't hesitate to off them either, just like everything and everybody else, including the baby mamas, including the children, including complete strangers. They just have no respect for human life whatsoever. Not even the woman who gave him life matters at this point. So I think it's pretty clear what you need to do. You don't need us to tell you that.
I think they're delusional as fuck. I grew up listening to black women say, a black man, he'll fight for his mama. It's a roast when somebody say your mama. Honey, it had nothing to do with you. It really didn't have anything to do with you. It had to do with ego. If you think these little niggas love your ass, like I said, go for it. I am in no way trying to put separation between you and your son. You go and trot off into the goddamn sunset with your son for all I give a fuck. All I said, bitch, was I'm not going. And a lot of other women agree they're not going. Okay? You're going to have to pawn him off on somebody that ain't heard the word on the curb. Kyra?
Look, here's what I have to say about this. Look, first of all, stop trying to offload your degenerate sons on black women. We've had enough. Just go ahead and prime your son to date out and push him in that direction. And the thing is, it's like what you were talking about earlier, DZ, because they get these results. Part of the reason they get these results is because they coddle these black
Yes.
men so much. And you talked about this. If you had a job and you knew that no matter what you did, you would never get fired, you would not see a dip in your paycheck or benefits, would you
Hmm.
actually do your work? Hell no.
We talked about this in Discord too. It's you would sit there and chill, and they're sitting there and chilling until you get them upset, and then they hit you in the head with an axe. But it is what it is, right? This son of a bitch up here, his name is Yaquay. 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 Jay Sean Sawyer. Okay, this one's 24. We're going all ages and sizes right here. All north, south, east, west coast. All. That's what that means. Well, he got a little pissed off with his mother. She went in the bathroom to do her goddamn makeup, and he put 14 hot ones in her body while she was standing there doing it. She ain't expected it all. He left the house. The cops found her in there looking like Swiss cheese, and there you have it. He doesn't have an explanation either. I tell you what, though, it's almost as if some pressure is released off of them once they fuck up either their girlfriend, their mother, or their sister. Dead ass serious. They can't explain why they did it. They just tell you they have to do it. And I tell you this, the explanation is they don't like black women. They hate black women. They hate the sight of you. They also say that your face reminds them of struggle. And you got people around here taking up for these niggas. Taking up for these niggas. Let's do a commercial break real quick. Because I got receipts today. I'm not fucking with your sons, boo. Your son can kiss one left cheek and your brother can kiss the other one. I ain't got time for this shit. Where is this stupid bitch at? Let's go.
Not all, but most women have a bad habit of wanting their mistakes to be swept under the rug, wanting people to enable their BS because they're women, or y'all have a bad habit of using the excuse of I was young. Well, why you had that many kids by different men if they not taking care of them? Oh, I was tricked. Well, damn, how many times you was tricked? But then turn around and have your hand out after you done said he ain't ish 1,000 times. Like, men don't get that grace to say I was young and this is why I was treating women mistreating women, or I was young and this is why I didn't carry myself as a young man or a man in general, right? Men get the he ain't ish, F all men or all black men. But when you have, I even heard black men should even get aborted. But when you have people like TD Jakes that's actually looking out for black women and saying, you know, sometimes ladies be a little bit more feminine, stop being so hard and masculine. Oh, well, what did he know? He needs to be worried about his big back ass wife. I've heard that. But then you'll listen to a man that's pandering to you, a man that really don't give a damn about you and telling you how you should act, but all he do is hit you up for sex. Sometimes, ladies, learn how to shut the F up and listen to when a genuine man really cares about you. Damn.
So what I'm saying is this: it be bitches like her that'll come across my content, right? And then they'll say, well, everything she's saying ain't wrong. Let me stick around for a little while. Okay. Let me comment this sub shade real quick. Then they'll hear some more shit. Now don't let her find a dusty in the meantime while she listening to this shit. That's why they pick up these cameras and start throwing y'all up under the bus. Ladies, they throw you up under the bus all the fucking time. And she's doing this for an imaginary man that doesn't even exist. The best she can come up with was TD Jakes. Let that sink in. Let that shit sink in. These bitches fight for these niggas' lives. Do you hear me? So don't ever be surprised when you hear somebody come up here and they on some fence sitting shit and then it ends up going left. Because these are the bitches that we're dealing with, right? The other thing that she said is that we say that we're young to excuse mistakes and we don't get you expect an excuse, and then said black men don't get that grace. That's a fucking lie. How many times have you heard, oh, he was young, he can change, he can do better, he was a teen at the time, he was blah 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 blah. We get that. Look, we hear that more than she was young. As a matter of fact, when pedos is touching on the 14-year-old girls, they say she was grown and wasn't a victim. That's what actually happened. But this is a delusional ass woman right here. Aaliyah, it's on you.
Well, you got these bitches around here referring to 25 and 30-year-old niggas as young. I've heard it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like they see every time women like her open their mouth and start to talk, all I hear is blah 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 blah. And it's like I'm looking at the words that are coming out of her mouth, and I'm like, girl, do you own a mirror? Let's start there. You are not, you don't have the phenotype. Let's just start there. These are the ones that are talking the most about what Black women need to do in regards to their appearance and femininity. And it's like, I didn't see a uber feminine woman sitting up there talking back at me. You're just running off at your mouth. And all I hear is that everyone else has to be held accountable. But when it's his turn to take accountability, everything else is always someone else's fault. So everyone else has to take accountability, but he doesn't, because guess what? The excuses you give them for every single fucking thing is white supremacy, oppression, and all this other thing. Anytime you ask them to do something or why they have failed at something, those are always what you fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
So this community has made making excuses up for them. They have that shit broken down to a science. That's why they feel like they don't have to do any fucking thing. Because the victimhood is ingrained in them from the time they're young. They're telling them these people are not going to like you because you're Black. These people
Mm-hmm.
are going to do such and such because you're a Black man specifically. The world hates Black men. The world, fears Black men and all this other shit. And here is why they're doing this to you. And it's like, you instill that victimhood shit in them early. That's why I say when it comes time for Black women, we don't get to hear none of that shit. We are supposed to grow the fuck up, help take care of the family. They women like that have their little girls watching their kids while they do absolutely nothing. This girl had been a mother her whole fucking life, and then you surprised when she comes home with a baby in her belly, but you don't give those girls no excuses, do you?
Facts.
But it's excuse after excuse after excuse as to why these boys are growing up into fucked up ass individuals.
Foaming at the mouth, fuck bitches. That's what it is. I'ma hand it to you, Kyra. When I tell y'all we done got light skin. Look at there. We done got light skin, y'all.
Ooh, he looks like his daddy could be Puerto Rican. Um,
Mm, 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 mm.
but I agree with everything Aaliyah said. If these women would give half of the energy they give to their sons, to their daughters, we wouldn't be in the shit that we're in now. And it's completely inverse. You remember that R. Kelly tape? Remember
Girl.
they were the Black community, and including mammies, were saying that she looked like she knew what she was doing. How she know how to do those moves? Not looking at her as what was she, 12, 14? She was a victim, but
Mhm.
R. Kelly, he was abused and he couldn't read, so it justifies him essaying multiple teenage Black girls.
There's always an excuse for him. R. Kelly. Bitches still love R. Kelly. They'll tell you in your face. I separate the music from the artist. Yeah, but you didn't do that for women. You kind of just do that shit for the male artist, you motherfucking mammy ass bitch. The man on the screen is from California. He's 21 years old. You already know in California, I always tell y'all that Black men don't like Black women, but in California, it's real. It's real. They feel like it's a death sentence if they got to fuck with one of y'all in California. I'm surprised whenever I'm out that way to see a Black couple because they don't fuck with you in California. But now that that's out the way, this man's name is Shane Riley, right? They were living in kind of like row houses. The houses were very close together. Of course, he was living with her at 21 years old because they always failing like that. It is what it is. He began to stab her so many times with a dull blade that it took forever to kill his mother. When the neighbors were interviewed, they said they heard it on the whole street. She was in so much agony. This son right here, I guarantee you, had you asked her 10 years ago when he was 11, do you think your son gonna be Dusty? The bitch will argue you the fuck down. Listen, every Dusty that you've ever seen has been a child before. Have you ever thought about that? You ever thought about that? Everybody that's ever become an evil adult has been a child before. Somebody gave a fuck about them. Somebody thought they were cute. But what I'm telling you, what's coming out of that community from which you hail is pure hatred. Now, mind you, I made sure to use men that weren't having arguments with their mother. They don't have to have an argument with you. I'd have had several more if we did the ones with the argument. But I'm talking about just sitting up chilling. And all of a sudden, this nigga click. You in the bathroom, the nigga click. Shane?
That's just, oh my gosh. I mean, just the rage you have to have. I couldn't even imagine. And this is a hard motherfucking 21. He looked like he's at least 35.
I'm telling you. I don't know why they look like they work so hard, because they the least working motherfuckers out there. I don't get it. They age like milk. You want to talk about a black woman hitting the wall? You motherfuckers bungee jumped into the wall full force. You look terrible. Half of y'all look like y'all 9 months pregnant. Your legs, how the fuck do you get a muffin top and you ain't never had no baby, motherfucker? That's what I want to know. But y'all keep calling them kings. They the most sexiest men on earth. I know what you're doing. You're trying to keep his confidence up for this Wakanda that you think coming. It ain't coming, boo. It ain't coming. Hey, Aaliyah.
I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth, which just goes to show you great minds definitely think alike. Because I was just thinking earlier today when I was looking at a group of black men, I said they stay talking shit about black women. It's almost eerie, because when you look at them motherfuckers, they are completely the opposite of everything they tell you they want you to be.
Mhm.
Very few of them motherfuckers are in shape. Very few of those motherfuckers are even attractive. A lot of them black and funky looking as fuck. Okay, but they want somebody that's super goddamn sexy.
Right.
They want your waist to be snatched, ass fat, everything going for yourself. And them motherfuckers don't feel like they got to do absolutely nothing or be absolutely nothing. And you got bitches around here trying to convince you that you should be accepting fucking janitors and custodians and all kind of bullshit like that. And it's like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. So my thing is, they motherfuckers who look like the majority that of them look are supposed to have all these standards for women and all these requirements, while you look like shit. Literally, the majority. I have not seen an attractive black man, I don't think, if ever. It's very hard. Even the ones that these women usually fawn all over and claim are the sexiest men ever. I'm sorry, I just don't fucking see it. I've never seen it.
Me either.
These bodies are a hot ass mess. Very few of them work out, and if they do, they are impossible to deal with because their ego is through the fucking roof, which will then turn around and make them even more unattractive, because I guarantee you, time he opens his mouth, he thinks he's God's gift to all women and you should be kissing his feet. So then that shit is equally as unattractive. But those are few and far in between, because very few of them exercise or hit the fucking gym, but they want you to be sexy though. They're talking about black women are the most obese women, but guess what? They are the most obese group of men compared to everybody else. See, that's the conversation that they don't want to have, that they're the one that they're not ready for. See, y'all are the most obese group of men. Can we talk about that if we're going to talk about health?
Man, fuck them. Listen, they want you to be everything, right? They automatically say they don't want you. They told you the shit to your face. No matter how sexy you are, they'll use you, of course, because that's what they do. But whenever you get a chance, right, and somebody asking you a question, it really don't mean nothing. Look at what you do.
What's your type?
Dark-skinned, tall black men that are intelligent.
What about tall white men?
I mean, white men are cool, but I feel like white men won't identify with my plight.
With your play?
Plight.
What do you mean?
I personally feel like I couldn't date a white man. Not that y'all not attractive or anything, but there are just cultural differences that we have, and I don't think I have the patience to maneuver through that if I decide to be with a white man.
You'd rather just keep your bloodline pure?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, No, that's the right word. I was going to say pure is the wrong word, but no, it's the right word. So yeah, I guess so. Not to say that y'all aren't pure, but just stay with the line of which I've been raised and what I know to be true.
Now, let me tell you something. First of all, if a white woman jumped up and said that she was trying to keep her bloodline pure, y'all would be calling for a job. It is what it is. Cry me a river. It is what it is. You ask for equality. I'm giving you a little equality here. You would have lost your job if you were white. But anyway, dressed from head to toe, and I can almost guarantee you, nothing from them fucking braids all the way down to them glasses, down to that soda she had, came from her community. Let me say that again. She's standing there in front of, Lord have mercy, in front of this guy that's asking, doing street interviews or whatever, and she is caping hard for niggas. Meanwhile, they're telling you they can't stand your funky ass. Mr. Thoreau, you want to get in on that?
Thank you very much for tagging me in. I hope y'all are doing all right.
Amazing.
You know, it never escapes me that mammies will get their ass out and before the world and proclaim all this allegiance and espouse all this love for a group of men who murder us at a rate of every 4.8 hour. How the fuck are you walking around loving on your executioner? That literally makes no mammy fucking sense to me. On what planet? On what spiritual plane, even if you will go that far, does that make any sense? These men have gone for years, and I don't know how old everybody else is on the panel, but when I came up and the internet was just starting up, these motherfuckers have been talking shit about us for nigh 30 years.
Yes.
But you don't hear, oh, well, I gotta stay where we had, because you know, my own community, ma'am, you are aware that you can educate someone on how to properly love you. You can educate someone on how to navigate the nuances of interracial relationships. You bitches is just lazy. And now it's
they don't think they have to do that shit. They be talking about, I ain't finna explain my head wrap to this motherfucker. Bitch, that black dude don't understand your head wrap either. He clown you on that shit. So you gonna teach him though. Right?
That don't make no mammy fucking sense to me. You can't explain it to the white dude, but you want this motherfucking nigga don't give a fuck about what happened to you. If he cared about you, you'd be able to keep a grocery store in your neighborhood. If he cared about you, they would open up a black-owned hospital and ensure that you didn't die at 248 times the rate of white women. If he cared about you, your community wouldn't look like a fucking cesspool in a war zone simultaneously. Girl, stop the cap. Just say you want some black dick. You look pathetic on there. Sidebar, white daddy was fine as fuck. And I would have blessed him.
God damn, how you gonna take the words out of my mouth? Look, I was just gonna say, I don't think black women know what attractive is. They have no taste whatsoever. It's like, God damn, you got this fine ass specimen of masculinity asking you questions, and you talking about a nigga? What the hell? Girl, ask me the question. Ask me the question. I got the answer.
Aaliyah, I'm right there with you, sis. Ain't no way the hell he could have asked me if you like white guys. I'd be like, sir, what is your name? What is your phone number? When are you free? I'm that type of woman. Ain't no way in the hell this sexy specimen of a man is gonna stand in front of me and I'm gonna talk about a motherfucker that ain't done shit for me in 2,000 years but sold my ass into bondage. Hell no. What is your name? Would you like to be educated on Black Culture 101? I'll give you Black Girl 101. I'll tell you about my hair. As long as you're willing to learn and listen and be there, sir, I'm gonna teach you all you need to know. That was dumb as fuck. She embarrassed herself.
Yes, and tall, good looking, and you talking about, man, Tyrone would have been the furthest thing from my mind. I guarantee you that.
Ladies, they would never do that shit for you. You constantly embarrass yourself, and you don't want to admit that that's part of the reason why they can't stand you. You are pathetic. You have to at least start there. Why are you dating like a charity case and then out here caping? You caping, right? Let's keep going, y'all. Don't make no damn sense. It's not hard to find y'all sons. They usually down there at the jailhouse lying about something they didn't do. Y'all think this age was hard? Check out your boy right here. 16.
He's like a reverse raccoon. Why he light around the eyes and dark everywhere else? The fuck?
I'm gonna be quiet. Listen to this shit, y'all. So he missed curfew. His mother basically just said, hey, what happened? You didn't come home on time. I was worried about you. Darling, let me tell you something. Not only did he carve her the fuck up, he dragged her body into her bedroom. The next thing he did was throw a party with loud ass music. 7 days he did that shit. He was in there with her corpse for 7 days. His 3-year-old little brother was there as well. So let me tell you something, ma'am. Do you think if you asked his mother, would your son do something like that to you? She would tell you no. No, he wouldn't do anything like that. What do you mean? You're crazy. Are you all right? She would be mad at you for even asking, but she can't ask nobody a motherfucking thing anymore because she's not here. Okay? Please miss me with your sons. This one was in Georgia. Kyra.
Well, what can I say? I'm not surprised. You know, the funny thing is, mammies don't actually listen to black men. Black men have been saying over and over again that a woman can't raise a man. So when we tell you, well, you need to give him to his daddy when he starts going through puberty or put him in boarding school, we're the bad ones. But it's actually what the Dusties have been saying. They say y'all can't raise men.
I had a fuck bitch in my comment section talking like, you trying to make people split up with their family. You not no expert on it. Stay there. Did you hear me, bitch? Stay there. My non-expert ass, you just stay there. I'm not trying to break up families. That shit y'all calling family, that's hilarious. That's a fucking joke. But stay right there, dumbass. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, and for other comments, I want to say this. Fuck, damn. Because, you know, one of the complaints was we curse too much. So, there.
Buckle up, bitches, because I'm about to start cursing again. Nobody, how the fuck you gonna split up a family that most members don't even want to be a part of? These men don't even want to be associated with you. They only give a fuck about you when it embarrasses them in some capacity. That's why when you were talking about, the yo mama jokes, then it was a fight. No, it was all about wounded pride, as you said before. Mm-hmm. Furthermore, the little motherfucker father, there's an 80% chance he ain't even in the home. So go ahead and send that little motherfucker to his daddy, or better yet, don't have any of them at all. If you're tempted to bust your pussy open for somebody, make sure you sew that motherfucker up and swallow the pill necessary to make sure that you don't produce any more of these demons. But black women are hard-headed. They are constantly handing out grace to demons who do not deserve it. How much more is it going to take other than being dead?
Mistress Rogue, and DZ and other ladies on the panel, I have a question. When did giving head go out of style? Why can't these chicks just make them throat babies? Why do they have to let them shoot raw in their coochie and then shit out these thuns to terrorize restaurants?
Kyra, at this rate, some of these women have been doing it for so long. These bitches have swallowed orphanage, playgrounds, CPS, and goddamn boarding schools full of children. So I don't think there's any more room. CPS and already set up shop behind their esophagus. These bitches been swallowed and shooting, so it don't matter no more.
Well, you know, to please your DL Dusties that y'all keep fucking with, y'all have been taking up the ass. So why can't y'all do that? If you keep doing the anal that he likes, because you know he likes it with men, then you won't get pregnant.
I mean, these are all excellent questions, Kyra, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe the head games ain't just what it used to be, because like you said, they are really enjoying getting it from other men now. So maybe the women just ain't doing it for them anymore. I don't know. Because I mean, he can get head and ass elsewhere. So I mean, he don't necessarily have to get it from you. So I mean.
All right, let's see what's happening here. Brown gal, are you Dusty?
No, I am not Dusty.
All right, stay right there for a second. Stay right there. I don't know if this male or female, but Willie, are you Dusty?
No, I'm a man. I want smoke.
Shit. Hold on a second, Willie. I did say it was wall-to-wall smoke. I'm getting ready to drag you. Now, hold on a second. Here's the deal. Don't get upset when you get dragged, period. Now, look, hold on. Welcome to the panel. What the fuck do you want?
I want to know why you trying to take like a few stories here and there and make it seem like that's all black man.
Motherfucker, the statistics don't lie. Nobody has to cherry pick any fucking stories. When the goddamn police reports, the hospital records, and the goddamn any report that's been filed against you is on file. The court documents, everything. Nobody has to make up shit.
Yeah, that's only a small percentage of black
That's
men.
not a small percentage. That's not a small percentage.
Out of 20 million black dudes, that's probably like a few hundreds that's doing that.
Ain't no few hundreds. Ain't no few hundreds. Just keep
Yes, it
telling yourself
is.
that.
It's not.
Only a few hundreds fucking up the entire country. I think not.
Are
So
you
black
done, sir?
man
Because this
messing
shit
up the
is
country.
corny
A
as
black
fuck. This
man
is
messing up the
so corny. The not all argument. It's corny, nigga. Anything else? Because not all. I'm fixing to get you out of here. The shit is corny as
I
fuck.
just don't understand why they keep
I
constantly
mean, why
trying
is
to
y'all
dispute.
doing that, man?
Where
Why
is
is
the
y'all
Why
doing
where
are
are
like?
the
you
Why
death
is y'all
here?
doing
certificates
that?
coming from?
Why
Where
are
are
you
the deaths? Okay.
why are you here? Because last time I checked, y'all don't do shit for the world anyway. Dung beetles can actually be used to put GPS satellites in the sky, and you motherfuckers have had 500 years to get a course correction. But nonetheless, here you are in our space, unwanted, unmerited. What the fuck do you want, you uncultured, unclothed swine?
I'm
Yeah,
trying to see
I mean,
where are
if
the
you
death
don't
certificates
if you don't date
miraculously
black men
coming
no
from.
more, why y'all keep talking about us and lying and stuff?
We're
We ain't no
lying.
other statistics on
Where
our
is the
side,
lie?
motherfucker.
Where is the lie? Where's the lie?
Like y'all taking this one picture and try to make it
Nobody's
like
taking the
black men.
Actually,
baby.
This is Sparta!
We're
Yeah,
here
I
twice
don't know
a week.
what the fuck. I don't do panels with apes. Hello, somebody. What you thought? What did you think? It's always the same fucking shit. It's not all of us. Y'all just taking these little stories. Don't nobody want you. Your breath stink. Yo, this day. Y'all are the fattest women on earth. Where's your weed? Where's your makeup? I'm
Story
done.
after story, and not one story has to be recycled.
Mm.
And it never stops. And the stories keep piling up.
We
And they
haven't did a
claim,
duplicate story yet. It's not
I
been one duplicate.
I have a
yes.
question though. Okay, if going with the cicadas argument that it's just a few, where are all these so-called good black men to correct and go after these bad ones?
They
Huh?
don't exist. And he knows that shit. He knows that shit.
I mean, I just don't understand how they can keep claiming that it's not happening. I want to know, where do they think, who's producing all these fucking death certificates? Has he been to the Black Girl Tragic website? Who offed all those women?
He
I'm confused.
Well, Aaliyah, you know that they believe that the government makes up statistics about them. So
Okay,
listen.
okay.
They know good and goddamn well what we saying is true. That's number one. Because if it were not true, when y'all was mad at the police, you and your mammies, you didn't say just a few cops are bad. You didn't. You just went against the police, all stations, tried to get them defunded. So I'm trying to figure out what's the real tea. Since you know how to be fair and balanced, where in the fuck was the fair and balance when it came to these wonderful, beautiful, sexy ass cops that keep these neighborhoods safe, huh? No, you just said cops are bad and left it at that and was out there stealing Jordans and TVs from out the goddamn store. That's really what that was. I don't have time.
And see, that really wasn't what he wanted to ask us. He really wanted to ask us, why y'all over here are hyping up this white dude like he all leg or
He
whatever.
is.
That's really what his issue was, because we was talking about how fine that motherfucking white dude was and how fine they not. So I mean,
Let's be up 100. He was not on this. I'm telling y'all, I would have blessed him once, twice, thrice if necessary. That was a fine ass white boy.
Telling you, I'm off the market, but I can see a fine motherfucker when I see one and call it out, right? Here we go. Here we go again. Now, I don't know why his mammy named him Variant, but that's his first name, okay? His name is Variant Hibbett, and he's 18 years old. Him and his mother got into it on Thanksgiving, just a little minor disagreement about certain things about the house being clean and this, that, and the third. You know how mothers do. They'll say, hey, can you make sure that damn sink is not full of dishes when I come back home from work? Because you know your mama work. Ha! She works. That's the black household. She's probably the only one that's working. But anyway, instead of just walking away from being angry at what she said, because, you know, they have the right to be angry with everything. This was on Thanksgiving Day. He didn't carve the turkey. He carved her ass all the way the fuck up. That's what happened. Okay? So let me cancel this shit here.
And you can bet that story will be coming full circle this year because we're approaching the holiday season again. And it usually picks up around this year. It seems time of year, it seems like it gets worse actually. So yeah, that you can bet that this story will repeat itself again this year.
Absolutely. Matricide in the black community is becoming a lot more common, and it's a lot more violent than other motherfuckers. You have people in every community that do shit like that, but it's usually just like a shot. These motherfuckers are committing arson. They're burning their bodies up. They're taking their heads off. That was old boy in New York. Literally beheaded his mother, setting them on fire, right? Stabbing them up. It was one that hit her with a sword, like he was on some sort of goddamn ninja movie. It was sick. Welcome to the panel, Gemini. How are you?
I'm good, DZ. How are you?
Amazing.
I see. All right. So before you kicked off Mr. Mushmouth with the Sparta flip-flop, it's mad dumb. He's literally saying that we're lying when you literally pull up news article after news article after news article of these black men harming women and children every single live. We're not lying. These are actual real stories of black women and children losing their lives in the hands of these men.
He knows that.
Where's the lies coming from? That just threw me for a loop. I'm like, you literally have proof on the screen right now. And he's saying that we're lying. Like, Mr. My tongue is too big for my mouth, so I can't enunciate correctly. Where's the lies?
They know it's not a lie. Y'all, the mammies know it's not a lie either. They have just, taken on the thought process that they're not going anywhere regardless. Do you know a lot of black women, they would rather, let's just say it's a Hispanic guy and a black guy, and they both don't make a whole bunch of money and shit. She'll rationalize, regardless of the treatment, to have financial issues with that nigga than the other one. The Spanish dude, he would literally be treating her better in most cases. If that were the case, she would still stay with the black guy because they're race loyal as fuck. I'll take it to another step. You'll have a nice white guy make, let's just say $50,000 a year. And then you'll have what they call a unicorn that make $40,000 a year. And his attitude ain't much. It's not, he's a little surly. She's still going to pick him with less money and all, because at the end of the day, she wants a black man, period. That's just what they want. They want black males, and there's no other way around it. They come at us at different ways. What about my son? My dad wasn't like that. I got an older brother that's not like that. I got it's like, sis, love your family. Go love on your family. Go do what you got to do. This is not some sort of draft to divestment. You're not being drafted. If you don't fit the script, or you just don't, want to, you don't have to. This shit is a lifestyle, boo. It's not a destination. It's a journey, period. If the journey is not comfortable for you because you got to stop doing certain shit, then just don't go on that journey. Find you another journey. Hopefully you live through that shit. That's all I got to say to you. Okay? Don't try to put your curly head son in people's face. I don't put my curly head son in other motherfuckers' face, period. And I got witnesses on that shit. So stop it. Stop it. They was on here last week, or what was it, Tuesday, talking about, so you can't have a son. Bitch, you can have 50 sons and still divest. It's all in how you move. And you motherfuckers want to make like your son is not what everybody's talking about. And I'm not going. Just not going. Any motherfucking way. Let me show y'all something else. Some more clownery. Ladies, watch this shit.
Question is, if I shoot my shot, would I miss?
What you mean?
Man, if I try to shoot, you don't know what shoot my shot is? Yeah, if I try to spit my game, will I succeed?
Probably not.
Damn, why?
My preference. What I like, yeah.
Okay, I'm not your preference.
You just don't got enough ass.
I ain't got enough ass. Damn. What about you?
I mean, you cute and all, but I like a certain. I like a certain type. Yeah.
What's your certain type?
Like blazing.
Blazing?
Yeah.
I'm blazing. I mean, never mind.
I don't know why he said you ain't got no ass.
Exactly. I got something back there, right?
I mean, I say you was flat. You just ain't got enough.
I ain't got nothing.
I'm
he fronting though.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So it's a no.
I fuck with it though.
We cool.
Yeah.
You put me in the friend zone.
Yeah, we cool. We can link up and shit. We can drink and all that.
We gonna drink shit. I'm gonna tell you, be like, yo.
Damn, so I'm friend zone.
Come on now, dog.
So what's up, my friend? Damn.
Embarrassing. Embarrassing. And then she was trying to laugh it off. Girl, you know you just got embarrassed.
They look like two high yellow, light-skinned fucking chipmunks with rabies. What the fuck was she thirsting over? They standing in the mall doing nothing. Literally. Girl, black women, purchase some motherfucking self-esteem. Y'all always buying shit for these niggas like Jays. Go to therapy and buy some fucking self-esteem. That's embarrassing.
That's why I said they have no taste whatsoever. This is who they fawning over, shit that look like that. And it's like, okay, so yeah, they ain't got no good. They in shape. They must work out or something or whatever. But it's like, see, that goes to show you no matter what shade they are, they still not checking for you if he's a naked. So, I mean,
that was in the prison yard.
They will take that shit any way it comes. The whole time I watched that, I'm cringing. She said, will I succeed if I shoot my shot? Around these parts of the YouTube streets, the question is, why are you shooting your shot at niggas? Ma'am, the question has been answered. They told her to her face, you're not my type. You don't have enough ass. I like Blasians. And she's standing there smiling like a goofy ass weirdo and trying to make it like it wasn't hurting her goddamn feelings. Ladies, this is the type of shit that there's a multitude of these fucking videos out here. Before the internet and TikTok and all this shit here, it was happening. But now the world has receipts for your thirst. And it's embarrassing. They said no. They said no. And you don't have to be with nobody that's not motherfucking black. You don't have to be with somebody that's white, excuse me. But you could be alone. You should want to do better for yourself. Being alone is a lot better than being with somebody that is talking to you like that. He said the girl had booty. He just didn't want to tell her, I don't like you. You too black looking for me. And then he covered it up with Blasian. Ladies, you got to do better. I wouldn't have asked them a motherfucking thing. Go ahead.
That's the same girl. This is what really just chaps my ass. This is the same girl that this community will be gaslighting later on, talking about you need to love yourself and all this other shit. You not stop seeking validation from outside sources and look within and all this shit. And then if she goes out and finds another race of man to appreciate her, they'll come back later on and say, well, nobody said that. That's a lie. And they will call you a lie to your face when you tell them that black men aren't checking for dark-skinned black women like that. They're not interested. And so they have did this every single damn time a black woman gets ready to move the fuck on. They will try to gaslight the fuck out of you like nobody said that. I promise you, they always do it. They did it with Tika Sumter. They did it with Serena Williams. They did it with, I ain't gonna even say Eve because Eve is not dark, but they do this. They did it with Gabby Sidibe. They try to pretend like they didn't drag this girl her whole damn career and make her the butt of all their jokes and talk all that shit about her. Then soon as she moves on, they try to pretend like, oh no, we didn't feel that way about her. We just said she needs to lose a little weight. She got a pretty face, and they went to changing everything all of a sudden. And it's like, no, you have dragged this woman her entire career. Even though Gabby is one of the most unproblematic women ever, she just does her job because she don't fuck with nobody. She don't say nothing. And y'all have dragged this woman her whole career. But these are the women. That the ones who look like her, that this community will be gaslighting later on, like nobody said that to her.
Yeah, she's not problematic at all. They hated her guts just for simply aesthetics. Sorry about that, Carol. You got some it sounds like you driving or something, so I got to put you on mute, okay?
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, Gabby offended no one. You cannot tell me one person. She goes, she does her jobs, and she goes home. I don't think she
Mm-hmm.
has offended anybody or said anything fucked up about anybody. But this community has drugged this woman her whole entire career. Anytime you want to bring up somebody who was considered fat, repulsive, ugly, unattractive, you brought up her name. And as soon
Mm-hmm.
as she go and get somebody who appreciates her, here is all this bullshit.
Yeah.
It never fails, and they do this every single time with all these dark skinned women. It's like
Can
you
I say something?
complain. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that every time somebody saw a fat black woman with a chubby face, the first thing that they say out their mouth
Mm-hmm.
is precious. Let's not
Yep.
forget that.
Yep. That's
And
true.
Tiana in the chat brought up a good point. Remember how they did Whoopi Goldberg back in the day? They stayed dragging her looks, her
Mm-hmm.
lips,
Oh,
her hair.
absolutely.
They
I,
did
And
Tracy Chapman like that too.
But there's one thing I have noticed about black women who divest and they end up marrying to the white men. White men will pick the most beautiful, dark-skinned black women I've ever. Gabby Sidibe is beautiful to me. That's why I couldn't understand why anybody was dragging her. I was like, but she's pretty. She's working on her weight. We all have that issue. We will fluctuate, go up and down. It is what it is. But she was always a beautiful woman. I'm like Aaliyah. It's the constant moving of the motherfucking goalposts that works my nerves. So either she's unattractive this week, but the moment she gets with that white man, oh my God, why did she go so far? There were good black men in the community. Where? Where are the good black men? Because last I checked, them motherfuckers was the main ones dragging the girl. They
The
were the
black
main
community has a caste system.
They do.
Move your mic, Kyra. Move your mic because it's catching your breath. Listen, they have a caste system. Gabby was supposed to stay there. She was supposed to be part of the muling class. Okay, she was supposed to be the one, when they have an event, offer to cook. She was supposed to be the one that when the nigga couldn't fuck the bitch at the club he wanted, so he doesn't have blue balls, he goes to her in order to get his rocks off. No strings attached. She was supposed to be at every protest. She's supposed to be trying to go to school so that she can change laws. Instead, she went on ahead and did her, and that is the ultimate strike against the black community, and they hate her ass for it. By the way, her skin is so fucking even. It's damn near creepy. It's even. It looks like she's just, her skin is so even. But hey, what can I say?
And when she opens her mouth, she is just so articulate. It's just, there is nothing wrong with her. But every single time they made her the blueprint for unattractiveness in this community. And that's why she was the butt of everybody's joke. But this is what they do. This is how they gaslight black women. And they will lie to your face and tell you that nobody has said any of this shit. When you go and you find, like, okay, well, fine. Since you don't want anything to do with me, then I'll just go find another group that does. And then as soon as you show up with somebody and he's not black, everybody is acting a damn fool. And
including
it's like,
black women.
Yeah. Yes.
And remember how they did Serena. The black community stayed talking about how she looks like a man. They said that her only redeeming feature was that she had a fat ass. But
they call all of them men. They call Meg the Stallion a damn man, and I don't know what the fuck type of shit they was smoking, because ain't shit manly about Meg, and she built like a fucking brick house. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Now she can go over the top with makeup sometime, but ain't shit manly about Meg. But see, I remember one while when they said Sierra looked like a goddamn man. They say that shit about all the women.
Yep.
They did Lil' Kim like that. The men drug the fuck out of Lil' Kim, called her ugly, called her a man her whole goddamn career, and they wonder why she done destroyed herself like she has. And
that's why I get so confused, y'all. I get so confused when black women don't fucking get it. It's been going on since the beginning of time. What was y'all listening to in Discord? That I don't want no jet black woman. That song from the 1940s, y'all. It's not new. So when y'all come over here taking up for niggas, it's almost like you're wearing a bozo outfit. You look like a clown, ma'am. You look like a clown. And they telling you this shit to your fucking face. Somebody sent me a straight up video that was like, hey, we don't like you. We don't fucking like you. Where the fuck is that shit at? Because y'all need to hear this. I forget who sent this to me. It might have been Egypt. Again, hold on.
Facts, and I do not understand why it's so hard for women to understand. If you're not our sister, our mother, a close relative that's a female, we just want one thing from y'all. We literally do not care about y'all. Women be in this delusional world like we don't care about y'all. It's been happening. How y'all don't understand this? And we've been history. Been this earth is millions of years old, at least thousands of years old. Y'all have not understood that simple truth.
So, I mean, what's the problem, ladies? What's the fucking problem? But you want to argue with divestors. That shit is hilarious, bitch. It's hilarious.
My therapist told me something, and my aunt told me, don't ever let a man tell you only one time that he doesn't want you and make yourself scarce thereafter. I don't know why it's so hard for them to grasp that concept. These men don't even appreciate you fucking birthing them. So the best way to stop the disrespect, the best way to stop the non-appreciation or the disrespect that you keep receiving is to just stop fucking birthing them. Stop going to the marches and protests. When they get a neck massage from 12, as they call it, stay your ass at home.
I can't.
They got to stop fucking them every time they get an itch in their drawers, though. First, yeah, that's right. I said drawers. I'm Southern. They got to stop fucking them every time they get an itch in their panties.
Amen.
I mean, every damn time a nigga say hello don't mean you got to drop your drawers, but that's what they want to do. And it's like, see, we can say stop birthing them. Y'all need to at least start with stop fucking them. Can we start there?
Amen to that. They act like black men just cornered the market on dick. Sis, there are billions of men out there. And guess what? All of them got dicks.
Okay.
It's like a buffet.
And could use it a hell of a lot better than what they doing. So what the...
Wow.
They not knowing. See, that's what it is, DZ. That's why you laugh, because you know they not knowing. They not knowing.
You ain't lying, Aaliyah. Like, for real.
I can't do it. Y'all just gonna be clowns. It's just you a clown. Stop trying to come up with new goddamn ways to shoehorn your special black man into the divestment community. Y'all remember the tweet? I'm married to a black man, but we're both divested. Bitch, no, you not. Y'all are delusional. You're not gonna be able to roll around in the hay with black men and your sons, by the way, because that's how the fuck y'all act. And then come back talking about, oh yeah, black men ain't shit. But you got it off of you, huh? Y'all let some of your content creators do that fucking shit too. Just flip, flop, and fuck bitches. But it is what it is.
But excuse me, DZ. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat that sandwich that's on the counter. So how dare you and Aaliyah tell me that I should be able to control my coochie every time I get a tingle?
Oh Lord.
You know, that's asking too much, Aaliyah. That is asking too much for me not to fuck a man every time I get horny.
You're right, I guess. I guess they didn't make any toys, you know. I guess you gotta just fuck the brokest, weakest men on the planet specifically. That's the only man that got some good dick, I guess. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. You like that poverty dick, that dick that's gonna keep you struggling, that dick that's gonna ghost your ass, that dick that's gonna knock you up and leave you with kids and not pay child support, not even come see you and or the child. I mean, so who can say no to any of that? That dick that's gonna keep you sick and up in somebody's hospital and constantly taking different rounds of antibiotics. I mean, who can say no to all of that?
And don't forget, he's going to give you that 3-letter virus too. HIV.
Roy G. Biv around this bitch. Hey, Elle, how you doing?
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Absolutely.
What's up?
I knew you was gonna do that shit.
Yeah, no, this is a good show tonight. All of y'all making some good points. I just wanted to say about Gabby. I like Gabourey, and you know what? She's lost a lot of weight. You know, you can tell that guy really loves her. You know, they work out together and everything. And the black community was just mad that she wasn't running around here begging for attention and Scooby snacks from Nakers. They wanted her to be fat, desperate, and lonely, and she didn't portray that, and that's all what that's about.
My grandmother used to tell my male cousins, "Get you a fat bitch; she'll take care of you." Do you understand me? When we were little
that's what
kids,
they think.
When we were little kids, she would tell them, Yeah, I see you gonna be lazy. Get your fat bitch. She'll take care of you. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I picked up all that shit in passing. I knew soon as I got on my own, I was done with black folk. Point blank the fuck period. The shit is toxic. It's disgusting. And some of these women just sign up for it. They know how toxic and disgusting it is. You've provided the receipts. You provided the video. They experienced it personally by getting ghosted and STD down. But I'm going to keep hope alive. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me see what's happening here. Hello, Miss Coco. Are you Dusty?
No, I am not Dusty. Hi, ladies.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Amazing. What you got
Good.
on the subject?
I just wanted to address the lack of self-esteem that Black women have. Even Black women, my contemporaries in our 20s, it's still amazing to me how many of us are still attracted to Black men after all of the horror stories that we've seen, after our own personal experiences with these men. It's still amazing to me. And I think, for me personally, I've been on this planet for almost 30 years, and it's an accomplishment, like truly an accomplishment for me to not have ended up a baby mama, like for any reason whatsoever. That was an accomplishment for me that I still hold to this day. Like, I don't know what's going on with the pathology with Black women in our community, even young ones that are still over here, like just starved for attention from Black men. Like, have we not been hurt enough by them?
Listen,
Like,
they
aren't you
use that as a
angry?
gaslighting tool too, asking you who hurt you. Black men.
Right.
There's your answer, motherfucker. Black men. So we're doing something different. And homeboy in the back with that name, I don't think you're going to be able to come up here with that name. Stop fucking trolling. We're not doing what we did last time, shoehorning in bullshit. It's not happening. You will not be derailing the conversation. How about that part? Back to these sons. Take a look at your screen. People, listen. Black women that have been out here marching and acting a fucking fool. Well, the marches have slowed down just a little bit. Just a little bit. And the phenotype of the Black woman that was doing this type of shit is now getting her ass handed to her by these same people they were marching for. The minor sons are even doing it, other people's sons. I'm going to show a little bit of this. I'm not going to show, the violent parts or whatever. I'm going to show you what happened in DC. A middle-aged woman was trying to ride the bus, and she simply asked your sons, hey, can you stop the language? It's kids in here. Can y'all stop the foul language? Which is a reasonable request. But the sons that you raise, they don't have to listen to nobody. They don't have to listen to teachers, principals, you, anybody. If anybody asks you to do anything, if they disrespect you, if they disrespect you, you beat their motherfucking ass. You hear me? Tight bitches. Look at this shit. Chicken's coming home to roost.
Thank you, Glenn. Well, now to a Fox 5 exclusive. Outrage growing tonight. This after a group of people are seen pushing an older woman off of a DC Metro bus. A parent sending us this video. Stephanie Ramirez is live at Metro headquarters with the details. A really disturbing video to watch, Steph.
It absolutely is, Angie. And as soon as Fox 5 viewed that video, we did reach out to Metro wanting to get some answers. Now, I spoke with the parent who shared the video with us. She cried, Angie, throughout this entire interview. That is how upset she is with what she saw. She did speak with us, but she also asked not to be identified. Here is some of that interview.
Your sons are so dangerous, people can't even give interviews and tell what they saw. The lady that's on the screen right now that's hiding her face, she had 2 or 3 kids with her. The lady that got beat the fuck up by your sons, right? She had stood up to let that woman sit down so that she could be comfortable with her children. And then she just simply asked, can y'all stop cussing around these kids? Simple shit. But you got your sons looking for disrespect and racism everywhere they go. And now they beating up bitches that look like you. Interesting.
I know how teenagers could be. I know what it is, but I would never. I don't even care if the person is 30. I would never go that far or disrespect them at all because I know that I wouldn't want nobody to do that to my family.
We're going to pause that right there, okay? Because we trying to keep this shit PG around this motherfucker. I will leave the links to both of these videos in the comment section for the playback for people that want to see it. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. The bus driver absolutely didn't help, right? Because he following policy, and plus she's a black woman. He don't want to fuck with her like that. I don't know why a lot of women aren't making this big grandiose plan to get the fuck up out these cities with these indigent ass Title I ass schools with all the IEPs and all the bullshit going on, because they're not being punished for fucking with you at all. Okay? This shit is ridiculous. They kicked her in the neck, kicked her in the back, all because she asked them to stop cussing. Now, I didn't expect them to say yes, ma'am. No, because they little bastards from Blackistan. I expected them to say fuck you, bitch, and keep it going, because that's just how they are. But they took it a step further. Y'all, please be careful out here. This is some bullshit. Do you understand, Mistress Rogue?
You know, I watched this entire video.
It was horrible.
It was fucking atrocious. And if she would have had that what she needed, she could have peeled off some bonnets and some do-rags, but I digress. What makes me so angry is the fact that not only are these people too afraid to show their faces on what they do, it's the fact that Black women have cultivated this environment where they can't face any consequences. Every time they train them to look for racism and disrespect and everything. Sir, child, ain't nobody disrespecting you. The most disrespectful thing that happened was your mama shit you out, and now the rest of us have to deal with it. I don't understand why they keep giving grace to animals. If this were any other animal in an animal kingdom, somebody help me out here. If it were a bear that mauled that woman, what would we do with that bear? We would track his ass down and exterminate him, as he has been presented as a threat to the public. So I'm not saying we need to do that, but I am saying there has to be some checks and balances in place, because these little motherfuckers are out of hand. Now they would have been all kumbaya. Oh, we need to Black Lives Matter, fist in the air, if she would have shot all them little motherfuckers. Am I wrong?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It just doesn't get past me that these kids look like the kids that they were marching for since 2012, right? They were marching beforehand, but I'm talking about when the marches got popular again.
She got a lawsuit on her hands, but you know what? She's not going to do anything about. I don't think I seen her, the woman in the video. I seen her talking. They had a whole interview with her, and I don't think she's going to do anything. But realistically, she got a lawsuit on her hands.
She's going to try to protect them. I know what you're talking about. The interview was like 7 minutes long, and darling, she still feel bad for him. She still want to see some change and hope to happen. I can't. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
And see, we kind of talked about this before, but I'm going to bring it up again, because the school system, your teachers are quitting. And a lot of this is why these children are out of control. The disrespect, everything. And I could bring this up because I come from a family of educators. My aunt is retired, and she's talking about going back into the school system because there's such a shortage to help them, because it's a need for it. And I told her I do not agree with that. It is not a good idea. And I told her, I said, regardless to the grade you try to go back in, it doesn't matter if it's the elementary school, it doesn't matter if it's the high school. At this point, these kids are so goddamn disrespectful. Those mouths, you cannot do nothing with them. And the parents are even worse, because when you talk to the parents, you can see exactly why the kids act the way that they act. The parents are ignorant as fuck. Can't nobody discipline none of these little bastards. Can't nobody say nothing to none of these little bastards, because you always running your ass up to the school trying to fight the teachers, the principal. You want to whoop everybody ass, and you know these little motherfuckers are terrorists and menaces to goddamn society, which is why you sending them to school for 8 hours every day to give them the fuck out your hair and give them the fuck out your house for a while, and you using the school to babysit these little bastards, and you sending them out there to terrorize regular goddamn citizens. They done been in the school showing their ass on the teachers all goddamn day long. They can't do nothing with them. Hell, you can't do nothing with them at home, but soon as somebody check one of them little bastards, here you come. Here you come. So you know what? I told my aunt, I said, you know what? This is a good thing that all these teachers are quitting, just like all the
Yes.
cops are quitting. Just like
Yep.
it's a good thing because you want to know why? It's gonna force these lazy motherfuckers to get off their ass and educate your own motherfucking children. You've been running your mouth all this time about the school system like you know every goddamn thing, and talking about a school to prison pipeline and how horrible the public schools are, and like you know every goddamn thing. So I tell you what, you educate your own goddamn children. And I told her it's a good thing because it's gonna get them up off their asses and force them. See, leave them little motherfuckers at home with them all day, every day, and them have to put up with their shit.
We saw
And
a little
then
bit
maybe
of that
they'll
during
see.
the lockdown. Remember during the lockdown when this virus happened? They was all over Facebook. When y'all gonna open the school
Yeah,
back
but see,
up?
that wasn't long enough though. That's why I said no, they need to leave it how it is. And this time when they do it, leave that situation permanent and let them deal with it on their own. Because the school system is tired. The teachers are tired and they are not getting paid enough to put up with these little motherfuckers. And now y'all got y'all kids out here attacking regular goddamn parents. You can't even ask them politely to stop doing something without all them thinking they got the right to then turn around and beat your ass. And she better be glad. Well, they better be glad that this is not somebody like me, aunt, or grandma, or sister, or some shit like that. Cause I'd have been waiting on every single one of them motherfuckers to get off the bus, and it would have been me and you and this motherfucking 9. I promise you that. Because I'm sick of y'all. This shit is ridiculous. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. They around here beating up on goddamn women and shit. You can't say nothing to these little motherfuckers. And it's because of they mammies. They mammies got it like that.
You know,
And
that's
you know
why.
what? She not. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's why I get completely aggravated when people like my son. What about? Oh, he's a straight A student. I'll be wanting to tell you, bitch, he a straight A Dusty. In my opinion, that's your kid and love him or whatever. In my opinion, when I see him, I see a straight A Dusty. Well, he plays football. It's a Dusty football player. I don't give a fuck what he doing. People, y'all got to get on some all shit so you can protect yourself. That woman didn't do anything wrong. She didn't get aggressive with them or anything. She was actually on some polite shit, letting people that needed a little bit more help take the seat. Of course, you know them little niggas wouldn't finna let her sit down because, you know, y'all raising y'all sons to say, well, she can stand up. They want equal rights. They can get equal lefts. They not finna let no old bitch sit down. Are you kidding me? I would avoid them. Y'all, go ahead, Elle.
Nothing I was about to say. I watched the interview with her, and the woman that was interviewing her was like, are you okay? Are you hurt? She was like, my feelings are hurt, but besides my shoulder being a little sore and the tear in the back of my jacket, no, I don't have any injuries or anything. When she said that, I was like, yeah, she not about to do shit. She not about to try to get, you know, any type of monies or any type of, or recoup anything for what she just went through, because she acting like it wasn't. To me, when she said that, it's like it wasn't that bad. Girl, I would have had a neck brace on, some crutches, all kind of shit. Take advantage of the shit.
At bare minimum, she should ask the bus system, because them kids need that bus. So I would ask them, can y'all start IDing like they're trying to buy cigarettes? People that are under 18, since y'all get to kick so much ass, right? You probably should be made to ride the bus with an adult. You need an escort because you don't know how to fucking act. You're acting like an out of control toddler. Well, you can't get on this bus without your mama. I'm gonna just say your mama because I know your daddy is a Rolling Stone, right? He ain't there. If I was CEO of that goddamn bus transit system, where's your parent? Let me see some ID, because I'm not with that bullshit. Anybody on that goddamn bus that want to start some shit, they should be able to get their ass whooped without somebody mama coming up to you, hit my baby. Fuck your baby.
Yeah, that's what they need to make these parents get more involved. Because you know what? I'm sick of these bitches and these mouths where these sons are goddamn concerned. And this is the bullshit that their sons are out here doing. And I guarantee you, this story is just not an isolated incident. It's not a one-off. This is how they are acting in schools, period, and on buses and bus stops and every damn thing else. They are attacking people. So yeah, they are terrorists at all ages now, and it's ridiculous. It's to the point that well nobody can say anything to them, and they mammies have made it like that because anytime anybody check them on something, it's like, but he ain't have, but she ain't have to, and it's like sit your ass the fuck down somewhere. You can't do nothing with that little motherfucker at home. You scared of him. That's why you can't check his ass, and you send him somewhere else, and you expect other people to parent your goddamn child, but at the same time you want to regulate that shit too, and you can't get them bitches to go to the school to do shit. You can't even get them to participate in a PTA meeting or anything that's going to benefit that school district or jurisdiction. But soon as some shit pop off and they want to go run their funk ass up there to cuss somebody the fuck out, this is the first thing they turn around and do. They disrespectful as fuck. So what I want them to do is keep them little bastards at home with them, and you educate them since you know everything. Because half of the bitches that be doing that shit don't even have a fucking high school diploma themselves.
Facts.
You're not doing any homework with them. You're not reading with them. You're not doing anything. You feel like the school is supposed to do everything while you do absolutely nothing. And half of these stinking ass bitches sitting up at home all goddamn day, then have applied for free child care from Child Care Central, and you ain't got job the first. You lazy bitches ain't got job the first, but you getting free goddamn child care. And that's why I say I can go on and on about it, because I come from a family of educators. I see what these little motherfuckers doing. I see what they doing. So yeah, you go home and you take care of your own goddamn kids. So this is a good thing to me. It really is. I'm glad the teachers are quit. And before everything is said and done, I want a lot more of them to quit.
Me
because
too.
It's really gonna force the parents to be bothered with their own fucking kids. And then maybe they will get it. They will see the goddamn terrorists they are releasing out into society.
Shop CE, are you Dusty?
No, I'm not.
Hi.
Yes. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm not Dusty. I'm so fucking happy to be up here. Okay. I'm not Dusty.
Okay. That's wonderful.
So I live in the DC area. I live in DC.
Mhm.
And I barely use the bus or the train because it's so fucking ghetto. I usually use Lyft and shit, but when I saw this, I don't even know where to begin. But like, I'm fucking living at this because whenever I do get on the bus, I fucking regret it. I absolutely regret it. I'm sorry to curse, but like fare evasion and shit like that is like they don't criminalize it. So most of the time when these people get on the bus, there's so many mentally ill people on the bus, these rowdy ghetto kids, they get on the bus when they do, and like there's no kind of enforcement of any kind. Like the bus driver, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. So like and whenever I've seen in local areas like on Facebook, whenever I go on Instagram or just any kind of local blogs that talk about this, of course typically the nakers fucking they make fun of it. They say, oh well, she shouldn't have, and it's so people so desensitized to these ghetto ass kids here that
that's why everybody's running away. Everybody's running away, except for these fence sitters are catching yeast infections sitting on the goddamn fence. Bitch, nobody's giving a fuck about your son. They're dangerous.
So
you can't even reel them in.
Can you guys hear my rage? Like it's like I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Like
take a breath. Take a quick breath.
It's like
I'm gonna tell you. Say what?
I was gonna ask if I could say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna quote Socrates here when he says, "The soul that is conceived in wickedness can do no good thereafter." We've had 2,000 years of
I'm trying.
Like, I'm literally tired of these people making excuses for these little motherfuckers. Aaliyah, if your aunt wants to go back to teaching, tell her to go to the Middle East. She can make 6 figures and doesn't have to pay any fucking tax and still get income tax. Ask me how I know, because I looked into it. That's number 1. Number 2, you are absolutely right. Send these little motherfuckers home with their mothers. These bitches don't have anything to say unless they perceive their kids are being disrespected. No, ma'am. You don't want them disciplined. You don't want anybody to do anything to them. You don't want anybody to say anything to them. He failing in school. He can't read above a 3rd grade level. The motherfucker don't even know how to spell math, but you want everyone to cater to his feelings. This is the shit I can't stand about Blackistan. Don't nobody give a fuck about how y'all feel. That's why that motherfucking place look the way it does. We care about results, and that's why you motherfuckers can't stand divestors. I don't give a fuck about your feelings, ma'am. I care about the facts and the statistics, and they state that every 4.8 hours your goddamn bodies is dropping with a thud.
And every time their children fail at something, it's the teacher's fault or it's the school's
always
fault.
somebody else's fault.
It's always, and it's like this little motherfucker can't read. And then if you find out they ain't doing shit with them at home. Are y'all reading with them? Are you practicing with them? Are you studying with them? Are you encouraging them to do their homework? As a matter of fact, let's talk about your education. What degree do you have? A lot of them bitches could barely read themselves, and they run up to the school trying to tell somebody else about they son or they goddamn child. See, I don't play by my child. I don't play by mine, bitches. And it's like, take the fuck down somewhere. I'm so sick of them nappy-headed bitches. I don't know what the fuck to do. And yes, I said it.
Look, one of their mamas done showed up apparently. Right. Now, yeah, Sheila. Ooh, I know your son is fucking amazing. I bet you your son is about 6 foot shit, right? I bet you your son can break into a car in less than 60 seconds. I guarantee you your motherfucking son, right, can impregnate half the block during the summer. That way, when spring comes, there's a whole bunch of little Sheilas running around. Sheila grandbaby running around that motherfucker. Girl, I know your son can knock a bitch out with one goddamn swipe of the arm. I know that's right. Sheila Johnson. Hallelujah, Sheila. Thank you for being here. Thank you, boo. Anyway, go right ahead.
Can I?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just about to say, I wanted to add in when Aaliyah was going in about the school shit. I do not believe in all of this school to prison pipeline shit. It's like, if you really think about that shit does not even make any sense. I don't know why Black people feed into that shit. That shit sound retarded, and it doesn't make any sense when you really sit down and dissect it. That's all I wanted to add to that.
The school to prison pipeline has never made any sense. Those kids, they try to pretend like, well, no, they was trumping up infractions on them. They was doing this, they was doing that. But then when you really get to the bottom of it, their children was at school showing their ass, constantly fight, constantly getting suspended, getting class 3, getting kicked the fuck out. And then they act like they surprised when that shit then built up on them. So, and they able to establish that pattern that they can show the courts that this is what this motherfucker been a troublemaker his whole life. This is what the fuck he been doing. They gave him the ammo. You sit up here trying to pretend like somebody had to make that shit up when you know your son been shown, or your daughter, or whoever hell it was showing their ass the entire time. And what it is, it's a bunch of delusional ass parents that don't want to accept the fact that they didn't birth and raise a whole bunch of problematic ass motherfucking children. They are problem children, and it wouldn't have gotten so bad because remember, as they used to say, it take a village to raise a child. But these parents got to the point to where they didn't want you to say shit to their children, not a motherfucking thing. They go up to the school and threaten to whoop everybody ass in the school, but you call that bitch and you call that bitch and you call that bitch and you can't even get on the phone. And then by the time you get on the phone, I had to work, I had to do this, I had to do that. But my thing is, you will take a day off work to come up there just to cuss somebody the fuck out about your child, but you can't get these hoes to do shit else.
That's a
when
fact.
it really matter. And it's like they ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. Ain't no school to prison pipeline, because if you cared about that shit, these teachers shouldn't have to keep calling your motherfucking ass and you don't never answer the phone, or you at work, or you so goddamn busy you can't be bothered to give this woman none of your time. You want to argue this woman down when she telling you your child failing. You don't give a fuck about none of that shit, because you're too lazy to go home and cook dinner and help this child with their motherfucking homework. You expect the teachers to do every goddamn thing. And
there's not a county in Georgia right now, not a county in Georgia that's not desperate for teachers. This shit has gotten out of control. I wouldn't put my kids in none of this bullshit. I really wouldn't. I'm so glad my kids are grown, because it's getting really, really disgusting out there. Several counties went on lockdown when school first started back this year because kids was bringing weapons. They always fighting. I'm talking about in these black schools, they stay fighting. They always mad about some shit. Everybody is let me peel my eyes so I can see who being disrespectful. You looked at me funny. The teacher taught she was being funny when she asked me for my homework. She asked me for a pass when I was late. It's like, goddamn. So what is everybody supposed to just sit there with their fingers intertwined so your black ass kids can run around and do what the fuck they want to do? I don't think so.
These teachers don't even care. They don't even care anymore. They're not trying to do anything. And they wonder why the teachers have gotten to the point to where they don't even care about educating, because those people have to spend 95% of their time being babysitters. And these people are just tired, quite frankly. And so are your doctors. So are your nurses. So are a lot of your first responders. That's what I was about to say. So are the police. So is everybody. And I don't think they understand how fucked up this shit is.
It's on you, Kyra, after her. Go ahead.
Oh, me? Okay.
Girl, you the only Kyra up here with your cute ass.
Well, one, I do want to thank Shop CE for coming up because I added her and gave her the link and she came. So thank you for coming. But I wanted to say it takes too much to put these dusty nigglets out of the classroom. Like, they just get to sit around and terrorize the whole classroom, terrorize the teachers. No one can learn shit because they have to go through this process. Mammies like to say, well, my son deserves an education. No, the fuck he doesn't. If he's being disruptive and he keeps doing it, they should be able to go ahead and kick him out of the school system altogether. You do it at home. You homeschool him or whatever, or let him go be a squeegee boy. Why should the kids who want to try to do something with their lives have to suffer because your niglet can't be bothered to sit down?
They don't care about other people's kids. Their kids are the most important ones, even in group sports, y'all. These little black sports, the football, basketball, that type of shit, these parents will come up to the school and be telling these motherfuckers, my son ain't getting no playing time. You can't tell a black ass mammy that dude that came from out her crotch ain't the next LeBron James. This motherfucker could be so goddamn sorry it's ridiculous. Can't carry the water right. But since he came from her, y'all ain't giving him enough playtime. I think y'all single him out. Everybody single in this motherfucker out. Baby, he not LeBron James, dear. Even if he was tall, dear, he wouldn't be LeBron James. He has no hand-eye coordination because all they do is sit up in y'all house and play on PlayStation all goddamn day. You the one you got 5 sons, bitch, and you the one responsible for taking the garbage to the curb. How dare you? Go sit your ass down somewhere. Are you serious? I can't.
Like, that's you sound like you're talking about one of my cousins. The way she would carry on Facebook about her son and his football, you would think he was about to be signed pro. But no, it was just high school. Not only did he not go pro, he wasn't even good enough to qualify for a college scholarship. But the way she carried on, he about to go straight into the NFL.
True gal, are you dusty?
No, I'm not dusty. How's everybody doing?
We're amazing. What you got?
So I was listening, and when Aaliyah started talking about having the parents, once the teachers quit, the kids actually going back home, I immediately in my mind, I was like, if you think Blackistan is bad now, if you send those kids home, you talk about, like, what was that movie, Mad Max with Tina Turner? Like, it would be straight Hunger Games, Mad Max, like.
See, but let me tell you something, True Gal. This is the thing. Check it out. They can't even admit that it would be like that. Leave it up to these bitches every goddamn time. Their son is not like that to them. I'm telling you, all these niggas got mamas that say that they not like that. And the real good one is, I didn't raise him like that. Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
With a capital exclamation point. Like, you didn't raise him like that, but he still ends up beating his high school girlfriend. Like, the stats don't lie. And when you talk about the men in the community, the molestation rates, they wouldn't be able to stop it. Like, the trafficking, the drugs, like every single low vibrational activity that you could possibly think of would begin to take place. In my mind, I can't even, like, there's so many programs and things that can help that can help kids who are in the educational system. If you're not accessing those things now,
listen, honestly, I think that some of these systems should show motherfuckers who's boss. They need to say, you know what? You're right. We are some fuck bitches. We are a terrible school system, and we're going to ask you to keep him home with you because you're clearly a better option. Let's shut all this shit down because we're going to run our building the way we want to run it. You're not going to come up here with your bonnet on and start shaking left, right, center, looking like you're doing the robot, trying to tell us what to do. So since you disagree with what's going on up here, we're going to hand him to you. We'll even give you a parting gift, right? You can check in with us on email. Get the fuck away. You wouldn't be able to do that shit. Y'all wasn't able to do the shit during lockdown. And I'm talking about of all ages. So when people be tripping, because we be talking about people, kids up here, it is what it is. If you feel like a stone was thrown and you got hit by it, then maybe it is you. But your kids are aggravating. Stop your, let's go a bit further. When you got your kids in the grocery store, can you please keep them with you? Can you keep them up out of, they have no control. They'll run up by your buggy and just start staring at you in the face. Your kids are weird because y'all don't spend any time with them. Come on with this bullshit. I'm tired of it, to be honest with you.
Girl, I don't even go to I won't tell what grocery store I go to, but if it don't have organic in its title, you will not find me at that grocery store. I have had way too many run-ins with the people working behind the counter want to hit on me. I'm like, sir, there is no way. But anyway, another point I wanted to make was the fact that the reason why they can't do anything, there's no anchor to any type of value system, and you just hit on it just then, or systems to create wealth or build stable community.
Girl, you going all the way to the left. They not fixing to build no shit. If white people pulled all these systems away, the black community be finished in less than 60 days. Did you hear what I said?
And
if they walked away and said, you know what, we were dead ass wrong, black people, you were right. We're going to leave you to it. Oh, girl, in 60 days, you wouldn't recognize this place when you got back.
Yes. And that's what, when Aaliyah said send them back home, I was like, sis, if you send them back home, it's going to be like,
let them deal with it though. That's that shit that they don't live around them. If they created that problem, let them deal with the problem. I agree with Aaliyah. Take your kids with you and turn that shit into a fucking purge. Okay. We just got to get the fuck away from them. Let them tear it the fuck up.
They not gonna have a choice in a minute because these teachers are quitting. I'm telling you, they are in such need. The need is there because they're leaving. There a lot of them that can retire are retiring. A lot of them that have any other option. Trust me, they do not want to go to any public or inner city schools. They just don't want to do it. They're not going to be bothered with it. So if that's a failing school, and see, I'm gonna tell you how they try to trap them. They give them grants. They have that teach grant while they're in college, and a lot of times they don't tell you why they give you the teach grant while you're in school to be a teacher, that if they give you that grant, you have to teach for the public school for a extended amount of time after you graduate, or else that grant will become a loan and you have to pay that money back. But they offer you that teach grant. So that's how that's the bait and switch. That's what they're doing to the teachers now. So I tell any teacher, if you want to teach in a private sector and you don't want to be caught up like that, do not let them give you that teach grant while you are in school. Because if you let them give you that teach grant, you're gonna have to at least give them 3 to 5 years after you graduate in one of those lower income school, inner city, urban, whatever lingo they try to use to pretty it up, those urban schools. That's what you're gonna be required to do, or you're gonna have to pay that money back, and that's what they're doing.
I wanted to add, Monica B&G made a good point. Now that these dusties and their mammies are chasing qualified good teachers out of the school system, guess who's eager to get close to the kids? The child touchers.
I'm glad you brought that up, Kyra. I'm so glad you brought that up. Nah, I ain't gonna show that here. I'll show it to y'all on Tuesday. What she said was actually true. I can't believe some of these teachers they hiring, and yeah, they touching. There's a bunch of indictments going on, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Not all, no, not all. I wouldn't have put my 5-year-old, the one I'm gonna show y'all Tuesday. Oh my God, there's no way that motherfucker can come within 2 feet of my 5-year-old. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Are you out of your mind?
And I've heard that these mammies are sending their sons to kindergarten not knowing their full and correct names. You ask their 5-year-old little Dusty what his name is. He says Pookie, not Daquan. He can't tell you the difference between a triangle and a circle.
I bet he know the difference between Lil Baby and Little NBA Youngboy. I bet you do.
Exactly.
I bet he knows the difference between a blunt and a black and mild.
That's a fact. Y'all, you gotta stop having these little motherfuckers. Yes, I'm laughing because guess what? I'm divested, right? And the shit is, this is y'all's world that we're talking about. Just trying to rescue a few very fortunate women that are able to make it out of that goddamn system of bullshit. Let's take a look at this real quick.
Now at 5:30, a Navy lieutenant is accused of killing his pregnant girlfriend. Investigators say the woman backed out.
Oh no, it's a unicorn. Oh no, you mean to tell me the Army lieutenant didn't want your baby? What? Let's do tell.
Of getting an abortion in Virginia Beach.
Emily Harrison has a closer look at the affidavit behind the lieutenant's arrest and the charges that are expected to follow.
Police say 20-year-old Rakia King was 12 weeks pregnant when they found her dead in Hanover County from an apparent gunshot wound. Now details are coming to light, including information about the suspect accused of her murder. 27-year-old Emmanuel Cobble sits behind bars at Pamunkey Regional Jail, charged with
Pamunkey. I'm sorry. This shit writes itself. God damn it.
First-degree murder after police say he killed his girlfriend after she allegedly refused to get an abortion.
There's an absolutely heartbreaking story that another young woman and her child lost their lives.
According to the affidavit, Cobble drove King to a Planned Parenthood in Virginia Beach to get an abortion as, quote, Cobble did not want to be a father.
Oops. You mean to tell me it didn't work out for you? You gotta be kidding, because everybody else don't know how to treat these men correctly, but you know how to. I'm guessing I'm speaking to her spirit right now because she's no longer here. He didn't care whether it was a boy or girl, what the fuck ever. He just knew he didn't want to be attached to you. Had the baby lived, they would have been one of these motherfuckers in this school system that we just spent a few minutes up here talking about. Are y'all done yet? Let's finish this up because I want to know, are you done with the bullshit?
King backed out at the last second, and just 24 hours later, police found her body. LaShonda Carson with Samaritan House says King's death is one of the most tragic examples of domestic violence.
Someone losing their life is absolutely the worst case scenario.
Carson says a conversation about the community is needed about the realities of domestic violence and specifically how pregnant women can be targeted for abuse.
Domestic violence is not something that discriminates towards anyone. Really needing to support them and reach out for services.
In this murder investigation, police arrested Cobble after they say they found blood in the trunk of his car. Cobble is expected in court for a preliminary hearing on December 8th in Hanover County.
So that we don't care who you are, homegirl. Thanks for the info. Here's the deal. The black lady on there said we need to, reach our hand out and, tell them the dangers and blah, 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 blah. But when you tell them that, you become their enemy because you're some sort of bitter cock blocker. And it's just amazing to me how many times people suggest that we should tell people, we should tell women, hey, don't do that. You'll turn into their enemy because the black dick is the goal, baby, for a mammy. Okay? She'll flaunt that shit in front of you if you happen to be single. At least I got a man. Girl, let me see you later on down the line because this story ain't finished writing itself. You got you a black king. So I'll see you on the flip side when you make that long ass, boring ass Facebook post about how he did you. Okay?
And I'm to the point where I tell him, at least I got my edges. At least I got my eye. and it ain't black. It ain't black either. I mean, damn.
As someone, I'm sorry, but as someone who was in the military, let me say it here for all of you tonight. There are no unicorns in the military. Those
Boom.
motherfuckers are as grimy. They're more grimy than the niggas you meet on the street because they've learned how to hide how grimy and shitty they are. I know this because I remember being sexually harassed by a nigger when I told him I didn't like black men. I don't fuck with them like that. Don't bother me again. Now, at the time, I had just started dating my little Italian boo thing, and every time he saw me by myself, he would make sure to tell me that I was a white man's whore or a bedwench. I went and reported him to another nigger, mind you. Well, maybe he just taking it personally. You know, y'all be abandoning us. So I went over that nigger head and I went and talked to the actual man in charge, who was not a nigger. He was a white guy, and both of them bastards were masted because of it. It does not matter where you put them. It does not matter the environment. It does not matter the organization. They got motherfuckers in the FBI that ain't shit. They do not thrive anywhere. They are public enemy number one. They are your enemy. This man didn't want a baby so bad. He hated this girl so much for the fact that they were both reckless. He didn't want to have a child and she did. He deleted her, y'all. I don't think that these women are understanding how paramount this is. This is life or death. You bitches want to stand by thinking, oh, if I give him a child, he'll love me. That nigga don't love himself. That's why he walking around with a petri dick. And that's why he's at the top of every STI list that the CDC releases. Girl, stop the cap. Let these niggas go. Let them fly like monkeys into Oz. Nobody needs them nowhere. The best thing and the safest thing you can do for yourself is put as much distance between you and Blackistan and mammies and any other motherfucker that think like them, and keep yourself alive to see another day.
Preach. Carol Manti Warrior, are you dusty?
Absolutely, positively not.
All right. What do you have on the topic, madam?
Oh my gosh, I finally made a live. This is phenomenal for me. I listen to you guys all the time when I go see my family out of state. It's a 12-hour drive, and I listen to all of your lives and everything, and it makes that 12-hour trip so much shorter.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you for your support.
You're welcome. I just listening to the topic tonight. Are you guys talking about my family? Talking about my family?
No, but the thing is, it's like this. We already know what it really is. And make no mistake about it, mammies know as well. They really do. They just want to throw monkey wrenches in the game. That's all they want to do. But, asterisk this, but this. He's from here. He's indigenous. He's this. He presents as a black man. No, he doesn't. He presents as a white man. And they all over the place with it. I'm just trying to make it clear, baby. Get your son away from me. Period.
Your best friend, everybody. Yes, because I have a cousin. She's 4 years old, just 4. And her mother, who basically barely graduated high school with my help, because I was the only honor student in the family. And the girl's grandmother, who is my first cousin, was an 11th or 12th grade dropout. So she got her GED. So now they have this third generation dusty daughter. She got kicked out of kindergarten, I just found out.
Wow.
Very first day. So they're filming it and everything. Oh, it's my advanced baby's first day of kindergarten. They get a call a few hours later because the little girl can't take no for an answer.
They be attention horn on these platforms. They really do. You know goddamn well that little boy DeQuantavius don't know how to spell his first name, but he's sitting up there and you taking 50 fucking pictures. Listen, bring his report card and then do a post. How about that part? Why don't you wait until he gets his report card and just put his report card up there? No, his jeans and his t-shirt gonna be better than that report card. That's why you putting him up in the first day of school. Yeah, the teacher in the bathroom probably taking some damn Xanax because she know your little motherfuckers is coming. Child, bye.
That is true. So they get a call a few hours later. The little girl acted up and they kicked her out the very first day. They didn't film that for some reason. Don't know why.
Yeah, they didn't make a post about that. That's people's highlight reel. That's why I don't like when women compare their lives to people's Facebook posts. They're only showing the highlights of their life. The part of their life that is real, they're not going to make a post about that because it's all about attention. Unless this is the asterisk on that. Unless they getting ready to share this fun situation. And if they're going to need something, then they'll share their, bad times. But otherwise, it's going to be, I got a new car. I got a new house. I got a new man. My kids are good. Everything's amazing. I can cook. Look at what I'm doing right now. oh, this tea is so good, ass bitches. They don't show you the part where she using that brand new steak she put in that freezer to get that goddamn black eye off her motherfucking ass. She don't show that part.
No,
Okay.
no, she doesn't.
Thank you for coming up. What's up, Kyra?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry, DZ.
No, you're fine.
I wanted to say, like, I bet if that little girl was a little Tyrone, they would have put up with it because, you know, Mammies advocated that it's okay to do the girls, black girls, any old kind of way, but you better not even look at Tyrone crazy. He better stay there all the way through 6th grade and all that shit.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
And then it don't matter if he can't read because all they got to worry about is no child left behind. So it don't matter. And then they kill me when they try to act like, oh, they get to a certain grade and all of a sudden they shocked that they can't read. And it's like, then they want to blame that on the teachers too. So you mean to tell me every teacher he had prior to that just passed him? You goddamn right, they just gave them grace to get them the fuck out of their classroom so they wouldn't have to be bothered with their asses no more. Who want to put up with that shit year after year? Because they already knew the little bastard wasn't going to pass. So they just went on and gave him the goddamn grade to get him the fuck on. And that's why they get to a certain grade and they wonder how they made it that far and can't even fucking read. And you as his parents didn't even motherfucking know that shit. But you mad at the teachers in the schools and everybody else though.
But Aaliyah, remember, oh, excuse me, DC.
I wasn't getting ready to say nothing, boo.
Aaliyah, remember, it's Mammies who fought for social promotion. You know, the concept of where if a kid fails a grade academically, the parent can still pass them regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. No child left behind. And it's like, this is why they don't learn any morals or principles up front. They don't teach them to work for anything. And if you lose, go back to the drawing board. If you want to win, this is what you got to do. They teach them that everybody get a trophy just for showing up. You get a participation trophy. You don't have to do anything. They want to do away with the MVP and all this shit. Them boys are team. And it's like, baby, your son is a bench warmer. Your son ain't did a motherfucking thing but keep the bench warm all goddamn season long. So this what I'm saying. This is the world we live in, and y'all wonder why y'all got a bunch of punk pussy ass motherfuckers running around here. Because you don't want to tell them the truth. And you get mad at anybody who tells the truth.
Aaliyah, these mammies would see, they too busy being hooked on shit log to get these little niggas hooked on phonics. We're expecting too much of these hoes. The only thing they're gonna do is fight for their son's right to be completely fucking animalistic and to run around like banshees and chickens with their heads cut off. And they'll get some shit log to get it released early from prison just because, even though he got his pussy ran for the last 9 months. That's the only thing they're gonna fight for. They fight harder for black men than they fight for black girls, not realizing that black girls is where your legacy fucking lies. Your daughters are going to go further than your sons. And that's just not me being biased. That's statistics. Science has already proven that your daughters are excelling and outpacing your sons. So why the fuck are you pouring so much into the failure and not into the person that is almost damn near guaranteed to be success, because we have more at stake if we don't make it the fuck out. That's what I don't get about this.
Exactly. Because when you think about it, the world tells us early, suck that shit up. It don't matter. You can't have a thin skin. You can't you can't have your feelings that easily hurt. What you crying for? See, you want the girl to be the soldier and you want to coddle the boy to be a bitch. See, that's what they do. They tell you, if you go out there and you get your ass kicked in anything, or if you lose, you go back, you practice, you get your game up, you get your weight up, or whatever it is you got to do, and come back and try that shit again. They force us to do that shit. They don't force them boys to do that shit.
It's the having the consequences for innocent people. For me, I wish honestly that they can go ahead and let their community implode without it affecting everybody else. For those of you that work night shift, you work first responder and all that type of shit, y'all have y'all routine where you go and get some coffee from your favorite goddamn gas station or wherever you get it from. The world is now changing. The hours are changing for a lot of places because black males, whether they're minors or not, are robbing these places, and places are closing the fuck up because of these same sons they're putting the employees in danger. So now your paramedic cannot get his goddamn coffee. I want to show y'all this real quick, and we're going to talk about this shit.
Tonight, Wawa is taking action days after the store announced 2 Center City locations are permanently closing due to safety concerns. 9 Wawas in Northeast Philadelphia and Bucks County are shutting down overnight. The move.
Now, everybody in these areas won't have that store. Mammies, this is what the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. Your son is affecting everybody, old people, children. Some of these people, that's the only place that they can get anything to eat from, and they're going to be closing. The people that are going to be asleep during the time that this place is closed, they're not going to be able to get their day started, because night shift is a completely different animal. Okay, motherfuckers drink coffee 2-3 in the morning on a night shift, but they can't go in there and get them a snack or anything because your entitled ass sons that's beating up folks, robbing folks, kicking bitches off of buses and all this shit here while wearing a school uniform, I might add. Let's keep going.
Move comes amid a recent string of armed robberies at 2 Bucks County Wawa stores. Tonight, that suspect remains on the run. Eyewitness News reporter Alicia Roberts joins us live from the Wawa on Bustleton Avenue and Tomlinson Road in the Northeast. Alicia?
Jessica, good evening to you. That's right. You mentioned it. Those robberies happened in Bucks County down Bustleton Avenue, but this Wawa in Somerton is on the list. Now, the store is open right now, but in 1 hour, that will change. It'll close at midnight, and it'll stay that way through 5 a.m.
Safety comes first before your coffee.
Days after this armed robber held up 2 Bucks County Wawas on 2 consecutive nights, officials confirm they're closing 9 stores spanning from Northeast Philadelphia to Bensalem and Churchville from midnight to 5 a.m.
If I'm working night shifts, I come here.
The suspect first held up employees inside the Wawa at Street Road and Bustleton Avenue in Lower Southampton Monday morning around 2 a.m. One night later, Northampton Township Police say the same man committed the same crime at the Wawa inside the Holland Shopping Center around 3 a.m.
To have them so close together in time span, that's unusual.
The overnight closures do not include credit card gas purchases and are said to be temporary, with employees using the time for stocking, inventory, and cleaning.
It's safer for them. In today's world, I think it's a good idea.
While many customers we spoke with say they agree with the decision, some do note the inconvenience, especially for people who work very late or early.
Being an EMS, where do we have to go? There's not a lot of.
So that's enough of that. Listen, ladies, these motherfucking bitches' sons is tearing up every goddamn thing. They're tearing up everything. And it's not them that's suffering. It's men, women, and children that are just minding their goddamn business. All it takes is one stupid motherfucker on a square block, and it'll change your entire neighborhood. You can have a subdivision where everybody is chill. They do what they do. They keep their yards up or whatever. All it takes is one of these bitches' sons that will bring the property value down, because they are attention-seeking whores. That's what they are. You have to hear their music. They got to say stupid shit. They don't like to clean up. They're very rude. They're very SAUL. I hope you got what I was saying there. All it takes is one. We have more than one in these neighborhoods. Do you understand me? They travel in packs sometimes. So the world is having to compensate for your kids' comfortability, your man's comfortability, that nigga you love so much comfortability. Everybody in that area, in whatever part of Philadelphia that is, they're gonna have to suffer. Because all that's going to happen next is those niggas are going to go to one that's open. Once they get the balls to rob the place, they're going to rob the ones that are open. And then it's going to be more people suffering because they won't have access to certain shit. Some of those stores, y'all, when people have little kids and the grocery stores are closed, they can get little things from there. You can get Pampers from there sometimes. It holds them over until the store opens up tomorrow. But because your son is oppressed, because your son didn't do well in school, because you told your son that everybody must bow, every tongue must confess that he's the fucking Lord, everybody has to suffer. So everybody hates to see your ass coming. And you call the shit racism. When we do it, you call it some sort of bad witchery. But I'm going to tell you like this. It's spreading. Everybody finally figuring out who the actual fucking problem is. And they always go to the source. when the problem happens. The source is between both your thighs. That's where that fucking demon is coming from. So make no mistake about it. You're going to get your issue too. You better do something. You better do something because everybody else is fleeing. God damn it. Sorry about all the ranting. Shit, I was ranting. Go ahead, Kyra.
You said what need to be said. Go ahead.
Okay. I just, don't want to be a mic hog. And Kyra was trying to say something before I started running my, dick liquor.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say then, but I will say this. Divestors, you see what's coming down the pipeline for these thuns and the mammies that just can't leave them alone. As DZ has reiterated time and again, make sure you put yourself some distance between you and the mammies. We've talked about this in Discord. It's like we have to make sure we dress different. We have to make sure we're always on our P's and Q's. Why? Because we have to make sure we don't get lumped in with these things that are wearing our same skin and hair.
By the way, y'all, if y'all looking to the right and looking at my playlist, that's not the same guy. The one that's second from the top, if you look to the right, the one with the dreads, that's not the same case with that boiling water we talked about last time we were here, or the time before that, excuse me. That's someone else that did the same thing. Do you hear me? There's someone else that did the same fucking thing to his own child. I guess this is some sort of challenge. Is this a TikTok challenge? Boil your baby? The fuck's going on? Go ahead.
No, it's just that what kills me is that when we try to draw that line or make that separation, people condemn us for it. And it's like, no, I don't want to be associated with you stupid bitches. Stay the fuck away from me, because when people see you coming, they see me. And I don't want to be associated with y'all bullshit. Because, see, that shit y'all got going on over there, I don't want nothing to do with it. See, they want us to be the crazy ones. They want us to be the victims. They don't like, they want us to be the problem, the extremists, the radicals, because they're the victims, though. They don't like the way we talk. They don't like our delivery. They hate the fact that we curse. They don't think that we're really for Black women because we tell the truth about the Black community in its entirety, the men and the women included. See, this is their issue. And it's like, we can't separate ourselves, because soon as we do, here them bitches come. It's like that with everything, even with the neighborhoods. That's why I was telling DZ before. Anytime they tear up all of their own shit, fuck it up, and then before you know it, they over there in your shit. Now they want to use your shit. And it's like, no, you tore your shit up. I'm seeing that shit in my own gym now. My gym, it's very fucking expensive to go where I go. And I did it that way specifically because I didn't want to be bothered with a whole bunch of Black people. Now they done tore up the shit on their side of town in the gym that they got downtown, and you want to run your ass over here where the nice shit at. Don't come over here. Don't do
love
that.
Shit. Exactly. Anytime they open up a new store, these stupid ass motherfuckers love anything shiny. So if it's shiny and new, they gonna come. They just need to have security in there, get them motherfuckers out of there, because that's a damn shame.
That's why I told you, when they fuck up they shit, where you think they coming? Because they want to use the nice shit. And it's like, if you like nice shit, why don't you let the nice shit stay nice while it's in your neighborhood? No, y'all fuck that shit up and then want to take that ghetto shit everywhere else you go. And then tell us, the normal people, that we should be okay with it and we should have nothing to say about it. And if we do, we racist. And it's like, okay, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Y'all niggas stay over there with that bullshit.
They're funny. I tell you what, I'm not ever going to change my talking points. They have always been the same from day one, from Facebook post one. I don't care what you say or how you present it, ma'am, sir, or whatever. Your son is dusty to me. Nobody's telling you to break up your family. You deal with the mess you made. And yes, I called your son mess. I don't have to deal with him. I don't care how old he is or whatever. If I'm being paid to do a job, I'll do my job. Absolutely. Because I'm a professional like that. But on my free time, I'm not going to deal with this motherfucker that you got on rose-colored glasses to look at. You can't see any of the red flags in any of these niggas. Your son, you don't see any of the red flags in these relationships. That nigga punched the wall first, but oh, he was just mad. Bitch, your jaw is next. I can promise you that shit. You ignore all the red flags, and then when your shit hits the fan, we have to be the ones to treat you kind. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your mind? You did not demand that shit from your son. You didn't demand it from your daddy. You didn't demand it from your brother or your man. And then you gonna run around this motherfucker telling people that you got treated bad by the divestors. I'm sorry, but it bothers me to see black women get fucked up because I'm a black woman. It bothers me. So I'm not going to be sitting here playing pity pat with your stupid ass. I'm going to tell you just like it is. And if you don't like it, please don't ask me anything. That's all you got to do. I've never hidden my demeanor over here. If you ask me something, prepare for the answer. You may not like the answer, and it is what it is. But what you can't say is that I didn't keep it consistent, number one. And number two, I didn't tell you the truth. You want me to tell you what you want to hear, because when that baby boy came out 9 pounds, 13 ounces, you fell in love. That's your shit. That's not for me to fall in love with. Okay. I don't believe in that community to raise the child, because your community is trash. Okay. You run your life how you want to, but please believe me, if you ask me anything having to do with your sons, I'm going to give you the same answer. I don't give a fuck if his ass is a Rhodes Scholar. Okay. Dusty Rhodes. How about that part? Any motherfucking way. Like I said, I appreciate y'all coming the fuck up out of here. It's been 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I'm getting ready to go spend some time with these ladies so I can say the N word with the hard R, and then I'll be my ass back over here. All of you guys supporting me, I appreciate it. All you guys seeing through the bullshit, thank you. Thank you for recognizing flip-flop fuck bitches. Thank you for recognizing hypocrisy. Thank you for recognizing people saying shit that they know bitches want to hear because they all digmatized by that so-called BBC. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's fucking go. I'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.